Am I the asshole for telling my wife I'm tired of raising a kid that's not mine? I, 31 male, am married to my wife Amber, 30 female. We have a daughter who is Emma, 7 female. The problem is my wife's best friend Jennifer, 30 female, who has a daughter as well, who is Harper, 7 female. Well, Harper's dad is a lazy sack of crap and refuses to do anything with his daughter. He's the type of guy that brags about how he never changed a diaper. Jennifer and Harper are usually at Amber and Mai's house on the weekends because Harper's dad is drinking and watching sports all weekend. On Saturdays, I normally spend all day with my daughter because I don't see her as much as I want during the week. However, with Harper being there every Saturday, anything I do with Emma, I have to do with Harper. Take Emma to the zoo? It's Emma, Harper, and I. Taught them both how to ride bikes, takes them both to dance class, take them both to the kids' salon, and so on. Mother's Day was the last straw. I took them both to dance class on Saturday morning. Amber and I also pay for dance classes because Deadbeat won't. On the way home, Emma asked if we could stop to get something for Mum for Mother's Day. I said sure, but then it ended up that I had to buy something for Harper for her mum as well. On the way home, I just kept thinking, why am I buying someone else's wife a Mother's Day gift? That's his job. A few days later, because I didn't want to ruin Mother's Day, I told my wife that I'm tired of raising Harper. Her real father needs to step up. I'm tired of it taking away time that I get to spend with Emma. She said that Jennifer is her best friend and we need to be there for Harper. Now she's not speaking to me and is sleeping in the guest bedroom. So am I the asshole? Just wanted to add some updates to questions I see. Emma and Harper are best friends. It was my idea to spend Saturday with Emma. I work more during the week, so I wanted to spend Saturday with Emma and to give my wife a bit of a break. We pay for things that Jennifer's husband thinks are a waste of money, like dance class, and Jennifer can't afford to pay by herself. Jennifer and Harper do things with Amber and Emma 1 or 2 times a week together during the weeknights. In the comments, Responsible Lawyer says, "Not the arsehole. If your wife wants to step up for Harper, then she needs to do that, not put it on you. She should be taking her places and doing things with her." OP says, Amber, Jennifer, Emma, and Harper do things together during the week. My wife is a real good mother to Emma. It's just the dynamics of Saturday that is my issue. Just start taking Emma. If your wife pushes back, tell her that you and Emma need father-daughter time. She and Jennifer can take Harper to do something with them. Focus on the fact that Emma needs you and needs that one-on-one time with you. Not the arsehole. Stop taking Harper. It's that simple. You're having dad-daughter bonding time and don't want to tag along. If Harper wants to come along on these things, then make her mother come with you all, but not your wife. OP says, I hear what you're saying, but I think spending time with Jennifer and her kid might cause other long-term issues. But it will teach her that her options are either she's with her daughter and you, or with her daughter and your wife. Either way, she's with her daughter, and I imagine that staying with your wife will be the more appealing option. If you're paying for dance classes for them both every Saturday already, it's not like she doesn't get time off parenting. You're just holding her accountable on the Sunday when you want to spend quality father-daughter time. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a reasonable compromise. I don't think they should continue to get away with the unreasonable expectations they have set that have been normalized thus far. I completely get where your frustrations are coming from. It's not on you to sacrifice your one-on-one father-daughter time just so that they get the easiest way out of this situation and can put as much distance between the problems now and those problems in the future. In a way, if everyone's happy and no one is voicing their displeasure, they're happy with how the dynamic is. It's not wrong of you to put your hand up and say, hey, I'm unhappy with how things are right now. I don't think this is fair. This is taking away quality time that I deserve. I genuinely do deserve this quality time with my daughter. There needs to be serious changes now, and I'm not an asshole for asking for those things. So no, I don't think you're an asshole in this situation, OP. And now, on to the update. So quite a few people have asked for an update on this situation. Sorry it's taken so long, but it's been a hectic few weeks. As for the updates, Amber and I are fine. Her reaction was based on poor word choices by me, poor communication by both of us, and some things I was unaware of at the time. The short version is, things at home were much worse than I was aware of for Jennifer, and my wife had only recently found out how bad things were. Mother's Day was the straw that broke the camel's back for Jennifer as well. She was raised in a you must stay together for the kids family, and when Harper came to me for a gift, she realized her daughter did not see her sperm donor as a father, so it was time to get out. Jennifer came to my wife to ask for help leaving because she had no family in the area, and Jennifer does not have the financial resources to leave on her own. So the night my wife was going to ask me if we could help her is when I told her that I was tired of raising someone else's kid. That is what caused her reaction. The Saturday after our initial argument, Jennifer did not come over and Emma went to her grandparents. So the wife and I had a long discussion about what was going on, and that's when I found out all the stuff going on with Jennifer. The wife and I decided that Jennifer and Harper can stay with us for the time being. My problem was never with those two, it was that I had to take over for the deadbeat. Or deadbeat, if you prefer. When we told Emma about this, she was super happy her friend was staying with her. We had a conversation with her that if she wants to have time with either parent without Harper, just let us know, and we do not want her to feel left out of anything. Last weekend, with the help of a U-Haul and some friends of mine, we got all of Jennifer's and Harper's stuff and moved it into our house. The good thing is we have a 4-bedroom house, so everyone gets a bedroom. The bad news is my wife's office got moved to the basement. Wish me luck, we shall see how this goes. And now, onto the next update. So it's been almost a year since my last update, but with Mother's Day upon us, I thought I would post an update and try to answer some of the questions I've gotten. Jen and Harper are still living with us. As I mentioned before, Jen didn't make that much money. She worked as a phlebotomist for our local health network. The good news is, with the current nursing shortage, they have a program where they'll pay for employees to go to nursing school. She was able to start that in the end of August. The bad news is that it's an 18-month program, and they only let you work 20 hours a week while you're in the program. So the arrangement is that once she graduates, she will move out then, and that should be next May. The divorce with Deadbeat is still ongoing. Once he found out he was going to have to pay child support, he tried every dirty, nasty trick he could think of. No idea when that will be finished. My wife is doing good. She's happy that she's helping her best friend, but 5 people in a house is a lot more work than 3. Since she works from home, the pre- and post-school work falls on her. Emma and Harper are still best friends. Shockingly, Harper is doing much better in this environment than before. They don't do everything together anymore. Harper quit dance class, but she started with soccer. I think knowing that she will get fatherly attention no matter what she's doing has given her some freedom to pursue other interests. Harper has turned into my Lego buddy. Emma never had any interest, but Harper and I have done some nice sets together. Emma and I still have our daddy-daughter dates on the weekends. I still take her to dance class, and she started to take fencing classes. I don't know if I should be proud or scared that she could defeat me in a sword fight. I think I'm doing better a year later. That there is a plan with a timetable for Jen and Harper has relieved a lot of stress from my life. That I also don't have to see Deadbeat has also been a relief. I also try to take a few hours a month for me time and to do my hobbies. The bad part is, I had thought that I was done with that portion of my life where I had roommates. It will also be nice when Jen either gets her nursing job and/or gets child support so that Amber and I can stop footing the bill for so much. For all the people that said Jen was going to become our sister's wife, or that I was going to cheat on my wife with her, or that she was going to ruin my marriage out of spite, or any of the weird sexual fantasies some of you people had, absolutely nothing has happened. And now, onto the latest update. So it's been over 2 years now, and I've gotten a few requests for updates, and at this point, I think everything is concluded, so here is the final update, I hope. Emma, my daughter, is doing great. Still doing dance, still loves the zoo, still best friends with Harper. Harper is doing good. Still my Lego buddy, has gotten into video games, She got a Switch last year, big into Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing. I have no idea what the point in those games is, but she must like them. I know way too much about her favorite character, Audie. She is not doing dance anymore. Amber is still killing it at work. At this point, I might be the gold digger in our relationship. Any guy that doesn't feel comfortable with their wife being the primary breadwinner, I feel sorry for you. She's still stressed out at home because she has a lot of extra housework that falls upon her because she is the one home because she works from home. She started to run to help relax, and as is typical for her, she excelled at it. Jennifer graduated from nursing school in May. She just passed her NCLEX exam, which I guess is the exam that nurses must pass before they can get hired. She said she got a job on a med-surg telefloor. I have no idea what that is, but she sounds excited. Her divorce is done now. It went quick once Deadbeat got his new girlfriend pregnant. Good luck to her. And she insisted that they get married. Shockingly, sarcasm alert, Deadbeat still has no interest in seeing Harper. He has seen her maybe 3 or 4 times in the past 2+ years. The exciting news is that Jen and Harper moved out at the start of July. She rented an apartment. So I finally have my house back. The apartment complex has a pool, so Emma is excited for sleepovers. The first sleepover is tentatively scheduled for this weekend, as long as everything is unpacked. I'm looking forward to a night of just the wife and I. With everything settled and money for the divorce, Jen has started to pay us back. We refused money, but she paid for Amber and I to go to Disney for a Run Disney event this year. It was fine, but a 10K in Florida is not my idea of fun, but my wife had a good time. Amber wants to get up to a half marathon. She also paid for us all to go to Disney World this summer. Both girls are super excited, they both can't wait to meet the princesses, and yes, there will be a separate hotel room for them and us. It sucks that Harper's dad has no interest in her. With them moving out, I've been promoted to the cool uncle. I think I'm fine with that role. I'm also looking forward to the Disney trip. I have loved Disney since I was a kid. In the comments, Negative Bottle says, I'm glad to see that it's all working out. I'm also happy to hear that the girls are doing good. I hope you understand that Harper may see you as her father forever. There's nothing wrong with that, and I hope that all continues going good for all of you. A shout out for Amber being the breadwinner. Still not the asshole, and good luck. Yeah, glad to hear that. I don't think there's much that I can say personally about this story other than screw the deadbeat for not wanting to be a father figure in her life at all, and then just continuing the cycle, getting someone else pregnant, marrying them, and just doing it all again, because who needs to learn from their past mistakes, guys? Who needs to use protection either, guys? Raw is law. Only thing he's pulling out of is her driveway the next day. He's just going out to get milk. Don't worry, he'll be right back, guys. But yeah, it sounds like a tale as old as time. I wish that new family that he's starting all the best of luck. And given the circumstances, things did turn out exceptionally well for OP in getting his father-daughter time that he was looking for. Maybe a few bumps along the way, but that's to be expected. Thank you for the updates, OP, and thank you for the fantastic story. I hope things continue to look up for you guys. Our next post is by user Throwaway a Grip titled, Am I the asshole for calling my sister out for putting me on a blind date and lying to the both of us about it? To cut a very long story short, my sister put me on a blind date with a wonderful woman. I agreed to it reluctantly, but was pleasantly surprised on said date, as she was pretty much my type, and it was the best date that I'd been on in years. Here's the issue. The woman is 22, I'm 43. Now, this wouldn't have been an issue if we had discussed this on the first date, but foolishly we didn't. For some reason, this conversation didn't come out for about 3 months after the fact. Just for some context, the blind date was on Skype because of the current pandemic, and we only got to meet properly a few weeks ago. Nevertheless, I think due to being in lockdown, we both enjoyed having someone to talk to. So, where does my sister come into it? At no point did my sister ever mention the age gap was this big. When she said younger, I was presuming 30s. not barely out of high school. On the other side, my sister had told the woman in question that I was in my 30s, not 40s. My sister is 33, so I presume she just thought we would be closer in age. Anyway, when this revelation came about recently, I was seething and had it out with my sister for matching me with someone completely inappropriate and for lying to both me and this woman she claims to be a friend. She can't see anything wrong with it because as far as she's concerned, we're both adults and we've been going well for the past few months. Not to mention that I should have asked myself and not presumed. My issue is the principle. You can't lie to people like that, especially as I don't date very often anymore after my wife passed. She claims that she only did it because she knew that I would have said no otherwise. So am I the asshole for having a go at her, or should I just be grateful for her kindness? Edit, just to clarify, the woman I've been dating does pass for her late 20s, something even she herself confirms. I only met her in person once, and the vast majority of the time we only called on the phone or texted due to our jobs having hectic schedules. There was no conversation about our childhoods or anything which led us to believe the age gap was this large. And just to make it clear, I'm not remotely comfortable with this gap, and my sister knew this. In the comments, Action Comics 25 says, "Not the asshole. Your sister set you up knowing it would be an issue for you, and I'm guessing the younger lady she set you up with, which is undoubtedly an asshole move." OP replies, "The woman I've been dating apparently doesn't mind, but I'm still very much on the fence. 20 years age gaps just aren't appropriate." Not the asshole, but don't let this consume you. Your sister wants you to be happy, so she lied to try to nudge you along on a date. That was wrong, and she's an asshole for this, but only mildly so. Put your foot down with your sister and tell her that meddling and dishonesty are counterproductive, and that if she wants you to be in a relationship, she's not helping by doing things like this. But don't let this hurt your sibling relationship too much. Sorry for the loss of your wife, and I hope you find happiness. OP replies, "Thank you. That's very kind. Honestly, I'm furious at her because I feel like I was led into a non-starter." Not the asshole. That's bonkers to me. Like, dating with an age cap is certainly doable, but a 20-year difference means that you two are at completely different stages in life and maturity. How did she not see that age would be an issue? A 20-year age gap at 60 to 40 is one thing, and certainly there are age gap relationships that work, but a 22-year-old is so far away from 43. That's twice her age. Not the asshole at all. Yeah, age gap relationships is something that get brought up a lot, and I know I did a video not too long ago where I beat down on an age gap relationship as well, and I saw a lot of the people in the comments of these videos saying things like, "stares nervously as the child of an age gap relationship." Quote, "In my experience, my parents have an age gap relationship and it is not that bad. It in fact ended quite well and it's still going well." End quotes. That is completely fine. Those circumstances where it does work are great, and I respect that. Age gap relationships can and do work. It's just that most of the time, they are a red flag because what the hell is a 43-year-old doing dating a 22-year-old? Obviously, that is not the situation that is happening here. This was the sisters doing, and to that I say, what the hell is a 33-year-old doing setting up her 43-year-old brother with a 22-year-old girl? Seriously, why does she think that's acceptable? Well, it's apparent she doesn't think that's acceptable because she knew that OP would say no if she just brought the ages up, and then she flips it on him and says, well, it's your fault for not asking. Oh, I'm sorry that I thought my sister would have my best interests at heart and not set me up in some creepy, odd situation. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for wasting my time, sister. That was great too. Cheers. You really did so much for me. So no, I don't think you're the asshole for calling your sister out, for putting you on a blind date and lying to the both of you about it. It was a deal breaker from the get-go. It should have been put out there. She shouldn't have set up the date under false pretenses, but she did it anyway and didn't care. And now she says, well, it's not my fault. It's actually your fault. Screw you. And now, on to the update. So I've had quite a few people asking me for an update, which was very thoughtful, and I thought it would just be easier to share in case anyone else wished to know. First of all, thank you so much for the support and love. It really did help and made me feel very welcomed. Ultimately, I stuck to my guns and broke things off. Many of you asked how on earth I could have gone all that time without knowing her age. Well, that was because she knew my age and initially lied to me. Apparently, she and my sister had already had a conversation about my age and how it wouldn't be an issue for her. She then asked my sister if I knew, and my sister said, and I quote, "Just play along." The Iron Maiden for the both of them. Next. When I found out about this, I just had enough from the both of them and left them to their own devices. It's been about a month, and my sister and I are simply not speaking. She tried to call me and tell me that this was for my own good, but I just let her get on with it. I'm not necessarily mad at either of them, but I'm just done with them. The feelings I felt for the woman were more or less manufactured because she put on a persona which she knew that I would be attracted to. Although it's been some time, I'm still exhausted by the whole situation, so I'd prefer to keep my distance from the two of them. Nevertheless, thank you so much for those who replied and checked up on me. It meant a lot. For now, I'll just keep going on my own, but these things happen. Reddit and Twitter did prove that there were some decent people out there. Not necessarily saying that the woman in question isn't decent, I just question her approach to this particular situation. Oh, and to those saying a male widow is a widower, I'm very much aware of that. But after years of saying it, and having foreign relatives not knowing the difference between the two, I stopped caring as they both meant the exact same thing. A person who had lost their spouse. In the comments, if she lied about knowing his age, what other lies did he have to look forward to? Was she looking for financial gain or pretending to be a different person to hook him? Would she have gone to the point of baby trapping him? Sis is trashy, but how trashy could a woman be who was willing to go along with it? Dude dodged a nuclear missile. Sounds like she was lying about traits, hobbies, etc. to appear more attractive to him in his updates. Next thing he knows, she gets a massive tattoo made of all of his tattoos, and then he has to marry her. Sarcasm. I didn't read that story about the tattoo, but I feel like that's a reference to the girlfriend getting a massive tattoo story. I'm trying to understand how, with the sister's mindset, thought this was a good idea. Like, I'm sorry, but pushing a 22-year-old person to date a 43-year-old? What? I'm a 40-year-old and would never date a 22-year-old me. God, we were all so exhausting. In my 40s, and agree. And it does sound like the 22-year-old in this post is also exhausting. She intentionally lied about not just her age, but her personality. I've said this a few times to younger women who intentionally pursue age gap relationships in the lesbian community, but their pursuit always feels really gross and fetishy and dehumanizing. I can't believe how many times I've had to say, "I'm not your mummy, this is gross," when rejecting them. I wouldn't be surprised if the 22-year-old in this post has a similar fetish. Could be any goddamn reason, who knows? But the fact that she was in on it means that she can be sent straight to the dungeon as well for that one. Very odd, very manipulative, that she just went along with it like the sister said. What is wrong with these two people? Can't they just be normal for 5 seconds? Apparently not. Apparently normality is running dry in this day and age. But like, why is the sister trying to normalize this? That's what I can't understand. She recognized that OP is done with her shit and wants nothing to do with it, and she's like, okay, look, I'll let everything out of the bag. I was lying to you, she was lying to you, this whole thing is a long con, but can you just get over yourself and date her? Like, what's the problem? What do you mean? Like, bro, what's the logic here? How is this a good deal? I actually can't wrap my head around why she thinks this is an acceptable thing to do, why anyone is still okay with this situation. This is psychopathic behavior. Absolutely not. Thank you for the update, OP. I'm sorry you had to deal with that bullshit. I hope you find someone that is more your speed than the two psychopaths starting their own little cult together to reel in men double their age. Good luck. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.